Everyone's rushing to Wendy's. They're getting their money and waiting for the doors to open because Wendy's hot and juicy big classic hamburgers are now just 99 cents. They're laughing. They're dancing in the streets. They're swinging on over to pick up Wendy's big classics for just 99 cents. So don't hang around. Drag a friend along. He'll love these Wendy's big classics for just 99 cents. But you'd better shake a leg. You're running out of time. Big classic hamburgers for just 99 cents at Wendy's.
If you have one night only to spend in the theater, spend it with the smash hit musical Dreamgirls, the winner of more 1982 Tony Awards than any other musical. Michael Bennett's production of Dreamgirls. Spend your one night with a show the New York Times calls soaring, chilling, explosive magic. Dreamgirls, a dazzling, glittering, triumphant blockbuster. Those words belong to one show only. Dreamgirls, cast album on Geffen Records and Tapes.
Don't miss the show of the decade, March 31st through April 2nd. Call 424-8210.
Winter, Season of Gold, Thursday at 7:30.
Coming up on News Center 5, a committee of the Onondaga County Legislature starts its probe into a cop killing. And continued debate over AIDS-related testing. In the weather, clear all week and warmer weather by the weekend. And in sports, the Georgetown Hoyas move a half game in front of Syracuse with a win over BC tonight.
Now, Bob Kirk, Liz Ayers, and Mark Cooper on sports. This is News Center 5.
Good evening. Liz is off tonight. Here's what's going on. County lawmakers have a lot of unanswered questions about departmental procedures following the shooting of two deputies. Well, as Carol Clark reports, tonight the legislature's Public Safety Committee met to try to find ways to get some answers.
Lawmakers say they've received numerous questions from deputies and the public on Sheriff Department procedures, but the District Attorney's Office advises committee that its review might hamper pending criminal prosecution.
We don't want to overlap into boundaries where we may get into legal tussles. I think I should make it clear that it's the sense of this committee that we are not conducting an inquiry or an investigation or...
After much debate about legalities, the committee decided to submit a compiled list of questions to the sheriff for a written response, but a few questions were thrown on the floor.
Specifically dealing with questions of conduct in the sheriff's department. With that in mind, I think we should set a schedule, a reasonable schedule, but I don't think it should be any more than a couple of weeks.
As to why the prisoners have to be transported from the public safety building out to these remote courts throughout the county, night after night after night.
We're going to endeavor to cooperate and respond to their questions within the time limits that they set forth.
The Public Safety Committee will ask the sheriff to respond by the committee's first meeting in March. Carol Clark, News Center 5.
State lawmakers are also looking at the Blake case. Today, they put part of the blame on prison overcrowding. Dave Bullard was in Albany as a state committee began its own investigation.
This incident is a very disgusting incident.
The Codes Committee probe began quietly today. No new revelations, but with a clear focus. Was it wrong to free accused killer Billy Blake? News Center 5 has reported the state parole board looked at Blake's behavior behind bars and refused to grant parole. But the Corrections Department looked at the same record and set Blake free on time.
This is, in a sense, a product of prison overcrowding.
Is our obsession with overcrowded prisons occasionally letting us let someone out who maybe shouldn't be let out?
The Codes Committee today raised several public policy issues that will fuel many a debate for the next several months. Governor Cuomo raised the first such question yesterday by suggesting changing the parole system.
It does question the advisability of certain policy decisions, such as determinate parole. And somebody said, do you think this is a definitive case? It's not, obviously, but it is a very big, presents some very big questions.
Under this, Sirhan would have been released long before now. He's been before the parole board in the state of California and apparently has exemplary conduct as a prisoner and would have been released after the minimum sentence.
At least 3 probes into the shooting are underway. What they show us is that for a while, at least, law and order issues will be seen from a fresh angle, an angle that includes the view of a courthouse in DeWitt 2 weeks ago. Dave Bullard, News Center 5.
Meanwhile, investigators say an Onondaga County Sheriff's deputy says Billy Blake tried to grab his gun 9 years ago. At the time, Blake was just 14 years old. The incident apparently came to the attention of investigators last week. But Sheriff John Dillon questions why the officer never brought the incident to light until now.
According to the deputy, he was transporting who he says was Billy Blake to Hillbrook. An altercation occurred which involved Blake lunging for his gun. As a result of the action, he was disciplined. But we cannot locate any documents to back that up.
Dillon says he's reserving judgment on the credibility of the deputy. Investigators are searching for a man who they think might have information about the murder of Tammy McCaffrey. She's the woman whose body was found in a field in the town of Onondaga last month. Officials stress the man is not a suspect. He was seen in the same South Side neighborhood where McCaffrey lived. The man is described as black, 5'9" to 6 feet tall, 35 to 40 years old, possibly driving a maroon or brown station wagon. Anyone with information is asked to call the Sheriff's Department at 425-3081. Lawrence Tenori will continue to spend time in prison. The former Utica councilman was sentenced today to 2 consecutive years in jail after pleading guilty last month to election fraud and conspiracy in connection with elections in 1983 and 85. Tenori ran for re-election in 85 while serving 45 days in the Herkimer County Jail for statutory rape involving his underage girlfriend. More debate over AIDS testing surfaced today at hearings conducted by the National Centers for Disease Control. One question: should there be mandatory blood testing for marriage license applicants or hospital patients? Experts agree that wider testing could slow down the spread of AIDS.
I've asked that the test become as routine a practice of medicine as taking a pulse or a blood pressure or listening to the action of the heart.
Opponents argue that education, not testing, slows down AIDS. They said the money spent might better be used for general prevention, treatment, and research. The nation's governors endorsed a sweeping change in the U.S. welfare system today, then got busy lobbying for their proposals on Capitol Hill. The plan would require welfare recipients to work for their government assistance. Our governor, Mario Cuomo, says he's thinking about going to Moscow. He's not saying who invited him, but a spokesman says Cuomo has not yet arranged any meetings with Soviet officials. And just 5 days after taking himself out of the 1988 presidential race, Cuomo all but endorsed a fellow governor as a good candidate, Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis. Cuomo thinks Dukakis has better credentials than himself and has urged him to seriously consider a bid for the Democratic nomination. A theme song, a logo, billboards around Onondaga County. It's part of a new promotional campaign for the city of Syracuse. The song, to be played on television and radio, was written by local composer Todd Hoban.
When I walked around Syracuse and the surrounding area, talking to people when I found out I was going to write this song, I asked them what they felt about their community. We did that in the ad council, and in a meeting I just said, well, what do you think of this community? And everybody in this community feels the same way about it. They do feel very much like it's a family place.
Warm and friendly faces and places we all know, taking pride in all we are.
The promotional campaign was funded primarily through volunteer time and effort. Just ahead on News Center 5, President Reagan says he doesn't remember if he shipped arms to Iran in 1985. And a collision involving 4 trucks near Verona leaves one man in serious condition.
He gives a better deal on a better car, and he sells at a better price.
And Courtesy Ford is also known for giving Central New York's biggest trade-in allowances. Just compare our better prices and bigger trades and find out why Courtesy Ford is the home of the twice-as-good deal.
He gives a better deal on a greater car. So good, you gotta say him price.
Courtesy Ford, Route 11 at Route 81 in Mattydale.
Frank Fleischman of Fleischman Furniture. We've done it again. We bought the entire showroom of Simmons hide-a-beds. 5 beautiful styles in many different fabrics for only $4.99. That's right, Simmons style with Beauty Rest quality mattresses for only $4.99. And they're all in stock for free immediate delivery.
Show off your style with help from Fleischman's Furniture.
This salad singles was a late snack, and this salad singles went on bread. Went to 3rd grade, and this salad singles got the spread. This salad singles on a dime.
Salad singles are individual refrigerated ham, chicken, crab meat, and tuna. Salads that go.
This salad single's got dressed up. Singles. And this salad single stayed home.
Hometown markets mean more saving power.
Shop and save on Prego Alfresco spaghetti sauce. The 30-ounce jar, only 99 cents. Stock up on Blue Boy vegetables, all varieties. The 16-ounce can, get 3 for only $1. Take home soft and pure bath tissue. The 4-roll pack, just 79 cents. And Tropicana chilled orange juice. The 64-ounce carton, only 99 cents.
Co-op buying power. Hometown markets.
It's possible to forget. That's how President Reagan put it today when he commented on a disputed point in the Iran-Contra affair. Reagan was asked about a report that he's been unable to say for sure whether he approved a 1985 shipment of U.S. arms to Iran. The president responded this way.
Everybody that can remember what they were doing on August 8th of 1985, raise your hand. I think it's possible to forget. Nobody's raised any hands.
Mr. Reagan changed his story on the arms sale in 2 different meetings with the Tower Commission. A senior administration official says the president just couldn't remember, but a House Democratic leader calls it part of the White House damage control effort.
When testimony is changed, when documents are changed, when positions are changed, you have to say that it's more than just a failure of memory.
Asked if the president's memory is failing, Mr. Reagan's spokesman replied, "That's outrageous. I won't deal with it." Meanwhile, fired White House aide Oliver North has gone to court to stop the Iran-Contra probe by independent counsel Lawrence Walsh. North's lawyers say Walsh has been granted too much power. They file suit in federal court seeking to throw out the special prosecutor's investigation.
It's kind of incredible that this man who theoretically was supposed to be a patriot and serve his country now files a lawsuit to challenge the constitutionality of a procedure to try to get at the facts.
One person cooperating with investigators, Fawn Hall, Oliver North's former secretary at the National Security Council. She's been granted immunity from prosecution by the Walsh panel. Hall reportedly has acknowledged altering 4 memos in the NSC files and destroying some Iran-Contra-related documents. Downtown, independent, and ex-airport cabbies met tonight to discuss their plan of action against Metroplex. The cabbies are ready to put up a fight for what they feel was wrongly taken away, their territory.
You know, we're not going to go away. We're going to be here. We've got a lot of things going, and we're going to be a thorn in their side. Look,
downtown is our territory. We don't want these guys downtown. We want them back to the airport.
In an effort to find a solution to this problem, the taxi drivers have decided to unite and wage a war against what they call a common enemy. A truck driver from Steuben County remains in serious condition tonight at University Hospital. 38-year-old Frank Yost was at the wheel of one of 3 tractor trailers that collided on the state thruway as they attempted to avoid a 4th rig that had lost a tire. Yost's truck carrying cattle burst into flames. He suffered burns and was airlifted to the University Hospital here in Syracuse. The other drivers escaped serious injury. Wall Street ended on the plus side today. At the closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed up 7 points to 2,223. Advancers led decliners 8-7. Trading was active as 152 million shares changed hands. Next, Randy Winter is in with the 5-cast for the rest of the week. And part 2 of Paul Burke's series from Hollywood on Vanessa Williams.
Upstate Nissan dealers are blowing away high prices with our great winter sales explosion. Right now, factory incentives could save you hundreds on our front-wheel drive family cars. Get a 5-speed Sentra for $1,000 less than a comparable Toyota or Honda. Stanzas for hundreds less than Camrys or Accords. The luxurious Maxima, $3,000 less than Toyota's Cressida. Get more bang for your buck. See your upstate Nissan dealer today.
Dick's 17th Annual Golf-a-thon tees off this Sunday, March 1st at 11 a.m.
Check out our 12-page insert in this Sunday's paper for these super buys.
Like great savings on Powerbuilt, Spalding, Lynx, and Wilson clubs featuring the Aggressor and Power Soul.
Golf balls like the Spalding's Hot Flight XL, Titleist 384 GT, and Wilson's Pro Staff Ultra and Pro Select.
50 styles of golf shoes, 800 golf bags, hundreds of putters, wedges, metalwoods, and accessories.
Everything you need to play a better round of golf is sale price now.
So don't miss the 17th Annual Golf-a-thon at Dick's Clothing and Sporting Goods in the Hechinger Plaza, Erie Boulevard East.
We tried to make our Heinz home-style gravy just like your homemade.
Oh, really?
We made it with real beef and beef juices, just the way you do.
Oh, yeah?
We even seasoned and simmered and stirred it till it was like your own homemade.
Well, it's close.
Oh, yeah? Where are the lumps? Oh, no.
Heinz home-style gravy, so close to homemade.
Who on earth has every brand name TV on sale? Silo. Every major appliance for a minor price. Silo. All audio equipment and systems for less. Only Silo. And right now, during our Everything's on Sale sale, everything in the store is on sale. So don't put it off. Come to Silo's Everything on Sale sale and get everything for less.
Watch Television Home Finder's Guide for more homes for sale than ever before. Sunday mornings at 10, right here on TV5.
Now, tonight's winning lottery numbers. The daily number, 469. The win for combo, 2458. And tonight, Randy Winter joins us for the weather. And Randy, most weather people would consider this boring weather, but this is the kind of boring I like.
I tell you, sunshine is the name of the game. It really is unusual, Bob, to see as much sun as we've seen this week, this month really here in Syracuse. I'm a little afraid we may be using up our allotment of sunny days for the year right now in the season of winter. In any event, things aren't going to change that much, at least until the weekend. Temperatures have been staying on the cool side. Our high today, 32 degrees, set this afternoon. The low, 23 degrees, 10 o'clock. That is also our current reading. Just a few degrees warmer than it was last year at this time. No precipitation today, no snow, leaving the totals unchanged. Right now, we are under clear skies, 23 degrees. The barometer, 30.35. Relative humidity, 64%. And the winds are out of the west at 12 miles an hour, making it feel as though it's just about 2 degrees above zero. Here's the way things shape up around the TV5 viewing area at this hour. Clear skies just about everywhere, a bit overcast though in Oswego. Temperatures range from a chilly 8 degrees in Old Forge, 14 in Hamilton and Verona Beach, to 28 in Ithaca, the hot spot this evening. All these temperatures on the cool side around central New York because, well, there's hardly a cloud in the sky, at least around our part of the Northeast. No clouds in sight tonight, tomorrow night, really right through Friday. The reason for the clear skies, a fair weather system that is dominating our weather across much of the Northeast. Another system moving in from the west could bring us some moisture in the form of snow for a part of the weekend, but until Friday at least, we're looking at clear nights and sunny days. So next 24 hours won't bring a whole lot of change here in central New York. High temperatures still in the 30s throughout New York State and New England, where it'll stay until things start warming up by Saturday. Here's the way the 5-cast shapes up for Syracuse and central New York. Mainly clear this evening with a low in the teens, winds light from the northwest. Tomorrow, sunny skies, high near 35, winds still from the northwest, 10 to 15. Tomorrow night, mainly clear with a low near 20. Thursday, sunny, a little bit warmer, high 35 to 40. Chance of snow on Friday, high in the mid-30s. Snow or rain on Saturday, high moving up into the 40s. And colder with a chance of snow Sunday, high in the mid-30s. So, Bob, it looks as though that sun will be with us at least throughout the end of this week, when things may start warming up. A bit of rain or snow possible by Saturday.
Okay, thanks, Randy. Still ahead on News Center 5, from Syracuse University student to Miss America to what she is now. Part 2 of Paul Berg's series on Vanessa Williams. And in sports, Coop has scores and highlights for tonight's Section 3 hockey semifinals.
You're working and playing and building a dream. We're working and saying we're part of your team. Tops never stops, saving you more. Tops never stops, look what's in store. You'll find that we're friendly, you'll see that we serve. We make it exciting, that's what you deserve. Tops never stops, bringing freshness to you. Tops never stops, 'cause neither do you. You're working and playing and building a dream. We're working and saying we're part of your team. Tops never
announcing the biggest truck value package in Chevy history. Now get a new 6-year, 60,000-mile warranty. Plus, on select new Chevy pickups, low 3.9 GMAC financing. Or $500 cash back. It's Chevy's biggest pickup value ever.
Chevy truck.
Who knows more about TV Guide than the checkers at a supermarket? Is it near your register there?
Right in front, where everybody can grab it.
Where do you put the TV Guide in the bag?
Usually right on top so they can look at the picture. If it's a double paper bag, it's got to go right between the folds so it doesn't get crushed or smashed or wrinkled or anything.
Is it the most exciting thing to grab in the whole supermarket?
Well, just about.
If you don't read TV Guide this week, you might be missing something.
We'll be waiting for you at the checkout counter.
With your
TV Guide.
All right, sports, Big East action, Georgetown, BC.
Folks keeping track of this game because of what it does to SU in the standings right now. And the Hoyas pulled a half game ahead of Syracuse into second place in the Big East with a win over Boston College tonight. The Hoyas had a 9-point lead on BC at halftime, but they put the Eagles away after the intermission. Reggie Williams leading Georgetown with 25 points tonight in a 79-65 win. The Hoyas are now 11-4 in the Big East with 1 game left to play. The Orangemen, of course, have 2 left. They play at St. John's tomorrow night. Couple of upsets in the top 20 tonight. West Virginia knocking off Temple at Temple tonight by 3. And Oklahoma takes it on the chin at Iowa State 86-84. Closer to home, Colgate loses against Hartford, and Ithaca knocked off Oneonta State 71-53. In pro ball, the red-hot Detroit Pistons won their 10th game in 12 outings against the Nets tonight. This one was a close battle all the way. The score tied at 107 in the late going before Isaiah Thomas and Adrian Dantley keyed a Detroit run, and the Pistons won 120-112. Dantley had 32 points to move past Gail Goodrich into 15th place on the NBA's all-time scoring list. Other games in the NBA tonight, New York at home. Nope, they didn't win. They lost against the Trailblazers 122-109, and the Chicago Bulls against the Atlanta Hawks. The Bulls coming out on top by 10, 113-103. The Lemoyne women closed out their season with an 80-54 win over Cortland State tonight. Kathy Arcaro had 17 points in the game. She finishes her career with 1,273 points, the all-time Lemoyne women's record. In high school tournament action tonight, Section 3, Class A, Bishop Ludden wins going away over West Genesee. In B1, it was Nottingham blowing out Notre Dame. But the upset of the night comes in Class B2, Holland Patton over the top seed Marcellus 58-53. VVS got 42 points from Frank Conley and still lost to Chittenango in overtime 69-67. Class C1, Rome Catholic a winner over Mount Markham. C2, Little Falls won over Waterville. And in Class D1, Bishop Cunningham unloaded on Morrisville Eaton 110-61. In Section 3 hockey action, the top-ranked team in the state, Scanny Atlas, advanced to the sectional championship game with a home win over Clinton, and John Eves was there.
The Lakers, having had a bye in the first round of the Division I Section 3 tournament, came out a little tight, and Clinton goalie J.P. Compson was red hot in the opening period, which saw no scoring. Skinny Atlas broke the ice in the second period when senior center Jim Thomas connected. Then 7 minutes later, the Lakers again, Jeff Torrey unassisted. Still in the second, Thomas got the Lakers' final goal. It was 3-0. The third period got sloppy, with Clinton taking out their frustrations with a few real cheap shots that resulted in a couple of game misconducts. Laker goalie sophomore Scott Robertson lost his shutout late in the game, but Skinny Atlas won it. Final was 3-1.
We're a little tight. We handled Clinton relatively easily last time, and we knew it would be a tight game. And I was very proud of the way the kids played.
Thought you got some good goaltending.
Yeah, we have had excellent goaltending. Scott Robertson, our sophomore goalie, has done a nice job for us.
Next up for the Lakers, Rome Free Academy, who beat them last year in the state championship in a brawl-filled game. John Eves, News Center 5 Sports.
Here's the score of that Rome Free game. Academy winning 8-3 over West Jenny, the sectional championship Saturday at Utica. The streaking Buffalo Sabres played host to the Rangers tonight. Sabres led 3-2 in this game in the second period. The third goal, a beauty. Dave Logan with a drop pass for Jim Korn, who scores. But the Rangers tied it on this goal. Jan Eriksson in the slot made it 3-all. And minutes later, Tony McKegney scored from the same spot to give the Rangers the lead for good. They won 6-3, the final score. St. Louis knocked off the Islanders Islanders tonight 3-2. Washington over Detroit 8-2. And Pittsburgh meet Edmonton 5-2. Finally, in college hockey tonight, Bob, Oswego State 7-3 over Hamilton.
All right. Thanks, Marks. From student to starlet, within just 3 months, Vanessa Williams made history by becoming the first black Miss America. As he continues his special series from Los Angeles, News Center 5's Paul Burke takes a look at a beauty queen story that stopped too much short of a happy ending.
Yeah, I mean, I think it happened too fast. Reflectively, I wish I had more time to know what it was all about.
Vanessa's climb to fame began as a 20-year-old SU sophomore, performing at a Jimmy Van Heusen review.
And he said, this guy thinks you'd be great for the Miss America pageant, you know. And I said, yeah, right, Joyce, give me a break.
When I first met her, I'll never forget, I always said she had the looks and the voice of Diane Carroll and the legs of Juliet Prowse.
You just call out my name.
With no delusion of pageant grandeur, Vanessa reluctantly entered the Greater Syracuse pageant.
When I became her chaperone on the state level, she never, ever once thought that she had it in the bag. Never.
Vanessa Williams, Miss Greater Syracuse, our new Miss
I had no idea, you know. I just went with, you know, my instinct and went out for it.
From state competition, it was on to a national crown.
Miss New York, Vanessa Williams.
At this point, you're kind of frazzled. But, you know, on Wednesday night, I won swimsuit. I won a swimsuit award. Thursday night, my category wasn't up for anything. And Friday, I won talent. So I figured swimsuit and talent, you know, and the girl before me, Debbie Moffett, 83, had won swimsuit and talent and won. So I know, hey, I got a pretty good, I know I was going to get in top 10. You know, you think, it's over, and it's just beginning. So that wasn't what really happened at all. But it was a sigh of relief when, you know, when my name was called. You know, where do I go? How long do I stand here? You know, because they never tell you what you do when you win. So I just figured that you walk and stand and wave and then turn around, and then I guess there's some cheer.
Then, the happy days came to an end.
10 months into her reign as the first black Miss America, Vanessa Williams was forced to give up her crown. Tomorrow, in Part 3, Vanessa speaks candidly about the penthouse scandal and how it affects her show business career today. In Hollywood, Paul Burke, News Center 5.
And there you have it. For all of us who work the late-night news watch here at your News Center, good night.
Do you use color slides in your business? Would you like to save money on your next slideshow without sacrificing quality or service? I'm Hank Vomard. Industrial Color Labs makes business slides like these without the need of expensive artwork. Simply give us your sketches or rough drafts, and our slide-generating computers will do the rest. And the best part is the price. Title slides are $10. Word slides, charts or graphs, $20. Custom slides are $30 to $50. Paper copy laser prints are $7.50. And the service is fast. Your finished slides will be ready in just 3 days. We have overnight service available if your schedule demands. Call Industrial Color Labs at 437-1155. You'll be surprised at how easy we are to deal with and how inexpensive, top-quality, computer-generated slides can be.
For the 4th straight year, Volkswagen is the best-selling European car line in the U.S. The Golf is the best-selling car in all of Europe. And the Jetta is the best-selling European nameplate in the U.S. When you're hot, you're hot. To celebrate, your participating dealer is giving you air conditioning at no extra charge. A savings of $740 on select Golf GLs and Jettas. See your Volkswagen dealer soon. Otherwise, you could be left out in the cold.
Special factory-to-dealer incentives make it possible to offer even better deals on other Volkswagens.
I'm Jean Girardi with Bob Browning and his team, and we invite you to join us Tuesday at 7:30 for Winter Season of Gold right here on TV5.
Benson, weekdays at 5 on TV5.